What's going on, Raptors Nation? Happy Friday. Luca here back with another video. And there's been a lot of rumors going around when it comes to the Toronto Raptors and certain superstars. So we are going to talk about some latest news that came out just the other day. Before we dive right into it, do me a solid. Hit a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more Raptors content just like this. So as we know, the Damian Lillard stuff has been prominent this past week. It feels like a trade is about to happen. And the Toronto Raptors got reintroduced to the Damian Lillard sweepstakes when they essentially got revealed as the mystery team. Matt Moore of the Action Network basically revealed that the Raptors have interest in Damian Lillard. If you want to check more about that, I did a separate video discussing the other day. So the Raptors essentially being revealed as the mystery team. You got the Miami Heat. You got some other teams that have been talking to the Blazers, like the Bulls, the 76ers. The Phoenix Suns have been named a team that could help orchestrate a larger deal, as Gerald Bourguet, I think that's how you say his last name. He had a report the other day, and he just said that talks are heating around the league with teams like Portland, Miami, Philadelphia, Chicago, and Toronto, all very active right now. So the Damian Lillard stuff is not going to go away. I do think a deal is going to happen soon. I already gave my take on whether or not I think the Raptors should trade for Dame and if I think that'll happen. Short answer is no. I don't think the Portland Trail Blazers will take anything less for Scottie Barnes. And I do think Dame will ultimately be traded to the Miami Heat. I think all this has just been bluff, and the two sides will get a deal done sooner or later, and probably before camp so they could put this to rest. But then some other news came out yesterday. The Raptors linked to another superstar, that superstar being Greek superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo, as the Raptors were actually named as one of the teams expected to monitor the Giannis Antetokounmpo situation closely. As Antetokounmpo becomes eligible to sign a contract extension today, he can recommit to the Bucks since he signed a supermax extension before the 2020-2021 season. So Tim Bontemps, Jamal Collier, and Bobby Marks, they put out an article and they answered some of the biggest questions surrounding Giannis and the Bucks. One of the questions they answered: what happens if Antetokounmpo won't extend his contract next summer? The insiders suggested that if Giannis doesn't sign an extension next summer and they have another disappointing finish, the Bucks could begin exploring trade options if their future does not look promising. And then another question which they answered: which other teams are keeping a close eye on the Antetokounmpo situation? And the insiders listed some teams, and Toronto was one of them. And I quote, a few preliminary teams who at the very least will be watching the situation closely could include the New Orleans Pelicans, Toronto Raptors, Brooklyn Nets, New York Knicks, and Golden State Warriors, according to Zach Lowe and Ramona Shelburne during a recent episode of the Low Post podcast. So here we go again, Raptors fans. I mean, this isn't the first time the Raptors have been introduced to the Giannis sweepstakes. Of course, before Giannis re-signed with the Bucks, he was expected to become a free agent in 2021. The Raptors name had surfaced. Of course, he and Masai have great ties that go beyond basketball. Masai helped Giannis get Greek citizenship, which helped jumpstart Giannis's career. And Masai very desperately tried to trade up in the 2013 draft to take Giannis, which obviously never ended up happening. So this is something that is worth monitoring, because if things go south and all of a sudden the Bucks envision a future with Giannis and they try to capitalize on getting something in return for him, could the Toronto Raptors step up to the plate and get Giannis Antetokounmpo? Now, Giannis obviously would want to be in a winning situation, and the Raptors are still kind of in the middle of whether or not this team's going to be going for it or rebuilding. But they do still have some intriguing pieces. Of course, if they keep Scottie Barnes, having him still in Toronto would be very intriguing, you would think, for Giannis, or even if the Raptors decide to keep Siakam. But there is a lot of ifs, and this is very slim in terms of the Bucks even wanting to trade Giannis. And here's the other thing, and I do want to point this out. The Raptors have been in so many rumors, but they don't do anything, as this is a literal fact. In the last 3 seasons, the Toronto Raptors are dead last in transactions done. This is per Brian Windhorst of ESPN. So it's interesting because the Raptors, they always have these assets that could potentially be packaged for a superstar, and they are deemed the team that is usually having these conversations whenever a big player is on the market. Dame, now Giannis's name is coming out. So what I'll say in closing is this: it's worth keeping an eye out on, but definitely don't put much stock into the Raptors landing Dame or even Giannis Antetokounmpo. But if I had a choice as to what would be more intriguing to me, it is this Giannis situation. I don't think Dame at this point makes sense for the Raptors, especially since he doesn't want to be in Toronto or anywhere else that is in Miami. So you don't want a disgruntled superstar who doesn't want to be there. And he reportedly went as far as saying that he would request a trade if he got traded anywhere other than Miami. Giannis might be in for a new change of scenery. And of course, he does have a good relationship with Masai Ujiri. So as long as Masai's there in Toronto, they're always going to have a chance if Giannis does in fact become available. So just wanted to do a quick one reacting to the latest Raptors rumors. Let me know your thoughts down below. And what do you see happening? What's a more realistic target for the Raptors? Dame, Giannis, none of the above. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Again, hit a like on the video. It helps a ton. Please subscribe to the channel for more. That is it for me. Is Lucas signing off. Until next time, stay safe.